On today's Apple Daily, Apple Watch saves kidnap victim. No Face ID for iMac until 2022. And MacBook Air likely to get a full redesign this year.
For the latest Apple news, rumors, and leaks, every weekday at 12 UTC, join us in the iCave.
I'm iCave Dave, and if you want the latest Apple news, leaks and rumours every weekday at 12 UTC, like this video, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so that you don't miss a thing, and then you can join my notification squad. And normally at this point I say, just like the guys that get a shout out at the end of this video, but nobody did it on Friday, so I'm a little bit sad, so please make my day and ring that bell. Also, last time I wore this hoodie in one of the videos, my spacesuit hoodie. That was pretty much all anyone talked about in the comments, so cheap engagement, I guess. Apple Watch saves kidnap victim. This is via Fox29 from San Antonio. A man who allegedly kidnapped a woman was later caught after police used cellular pings and triangulation to locate the Apple Watch she was wearing and had attempted to call for help from. The kidnapee's daughter raised the alarm after her mother was taken on the flatbed of a truck, and the victim had attempted to call for help using her Apple Watch before being cut off, at which point law enforcement used the cellular capabilities to locate it, and the suspect has since been arrested. This just adds to the ways in which the Apple Watch can save your life, along with high heart rate warnings, low heart rate warnings, fall detection, and much more, including using the ECG and oxygen saturation monitor. Seems like a pretty good buy. No Face ID for iMac until 2022. This is coming via Bloomberg, and it seems the redesigned iMac that is expected to land by the middle of this year, but I have my money on April or March, will not include Face ID built in as expected previously. It looks like it will be held for the second generation. Now, I have to say, I find this news a little bit confusing. Apple is clearly planning to bring the feature to the device and is leaving space within the design to accommodate it in future. That means they must know what hardware is required, as well as the fact that, we've had it in our pockets since 2017's iPhone X. So I have to say, I'm a little bit confused about this report. Apple has got the hardware and the software and the silicon for secure enclaves to make it all work, so why wouldn't they just do it? Now, the sensors could be expensive, but it is included in all the modern style iPhones, including the $500 iPhone XR, so clearly it's not that pricey, and Apple should be saving a substantial amount of money by not buying their Intel chips and making their own Apple Silicon instead. My only thought is that there could be more challenges with multi-user support than you'd expect. An iMac tends to be a family computer when it's in a home, and therefore it would need to be able to recognise multiple people. Now, this could be one of the things that Apple's engineers have found difficult to execute, as we currently don't have anything with Face ID that supports multiple users, and it might be something to do with the way that it identifies faces. I have no idea if this would be the issue, or maybe it is, or maybe it's something else, or maybe there's another feature that Apple's more interested in bringing more quickly to the iMacs, and it's just simply been prioritised over Face ID for the iMac for now. Hopefully this doesn't mean that the iMac is stuck with a potato quality camera though. Let's get those 4K cameras built in just like on the iPhones. But if it does turn out that this is because they have another feature that they want to put in, which is a lot harder to do, and it's not something like the mini LED displays that we assume will be coming anyway, what kind of feature do you think that could be? And let's be honest, what is your wish list for the big feature that would make the iMac with Apple Silicon like a must-buy for you? Let me know down in the comments. Beyond this, the iMac is expected to come in two sizes as before, but both larger than the previous generation. They're expected to have a flat back and side design with thinner bezels, rounded corners, and are likely to arrive in late March or April 2021, powered by the more performant M1 variant, most likely called the M1X. MacBook Air is likely to get a full redesign. Speaking of 2021, the MacBook Air, previously thought to be keeping its form factor until 2022, is looking to be redesigned this year too. Radically thinner and possibly with smaller bezels to boot, the 13-inch display could perhaps be squeezed into a smaller footprint, which sounds a little bit familiar. Could this be the return of the super thin MacBook that was rumoured at the start of the Apple Silicon rumour mill? Now, I'm not 100% sure of this, and the report also suggests that the system would get MagSafe, just like the redesigned MacBook Pros that we talked about in last week's shows. Beyond the addition of MagSafe, however, the MacBook Air isn't reported to add any other I/O compared to the last generation, so don't expect your SD card readers, so it will probably just be limited to USB-C. Fingers crossed, if it is based on the old MacBook chassis though, they've found a way to squeeze in the Magic Keyboard, as the butterfly keyboard, whilst clever, was almost universally disliked as it was very unreliable and had no key travel, so it felt like you were typing on glass. The redesigned MacBook Air is expected to have the M2 power at its heart, based on the core designs of Apple's A15 architecture. I do have to say though, bringing the redesigned MacBook Air this year does add to my expectation that the current MacBook Air might just stick around with a price cut, as the MacBook Air SE entry-level product to push Apple even more into the mid-range pricing, possibly starting with around an $800 price when the M2 takes its old price point at $999. And I really do think that Apple will start to bring out SE level Macs. SE just makes so much sense. People are used to it now with the iPhone SE, the Apple Watch SE, so it makes all the sense in the world to start bringing in the SE line to the Macs and bring it to more people. And my No-Tification Squad. Nobody has joined my Notification Squad over the weekend, which is very sad. So if you do want to shout out at the end of one of our upcoming shows, just leave a comment down in the comments section that says #Notification Squad once you've rung the bell and subscribed to the channel, and I will give you a shout out in the next show. And if you have any questions, probably Apple related, because that's kind of what we do here, I am answering every single question that comes up in the comments with #iCave answers, and I will answer them all on the show. So if you have any questions about anything Apple, it could be iPhones, watches, iPads, old school stuff, what Apple might do, I don't care. Go and ask me down in the comments, use #iCaveAnswers, and I would love to answer more of your questions on the show. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.